Hello, and welcome back to our daily English talk.
Hi, everyone. We're so happy you're here today.
If you're new here, please click that subscribe button and like this video.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Roy. Didn't you know this is a place to practice listening and speaking with simple, real English?
Please help us by liking this video and subscribing. It means a lot to us.
Today feels like a good day to talk about something very real. I am sitting here, taking a slow breath and noticing my body. Sometimes we feel tired in our body and mind. That tired feeling can make English feel hard.
I really understand that feeling, and I am glad we are talking about it. Many learners feel tired, not only in English, but in life. When you feel tired, it can be easy to lose motivation, but you are not alone in that feeling.
Yes, tiredness is something we all experience. It does not mean you are weak or failing. It means you are human. Learning English while feeling tired can be challenging, but it is still possible.
I want listeners to feel safe hearing that. You do not need to feel strong every day. Some days you just show up and listen. That is already a very good step.
Right now, I imagine many listeners feeling quiet or low energy. Maybe you had a long day or a hard week. You might feel like giving up or stopping. These thoughts can come very naturally.
If you are feeling that way, please pause and breathe with us. You do not need to push yourself right now. Just listening softly is enough. Your English journey does not disappear when you rest.
Emma, do you remember times when you felt tired and wanted to stop? I think everyone has moments like that. Talking about them can help learners feel understood. It makes the feeling less heavy.
Yes, I remember those times very clearly. I have felt tired, slow, and unsure about myself. Sometimes I wanted to stop trying and just rest forever, but those feelings passed slowly.
Thank you for sharing that, and it feels very honest. When we hear that others feel the same way, we feel less alone. Tiredness does not last forever, even if it feels strong now.
That is very true, and I want learners to hear it again. Feelings change, even tired feelings. You may feel heavy now, but that can change with time. English can still stay with you.
When I feel tired, I try to make things smaller. I do not try to do everything. I just do one small thing. Listening to simple English can be that one small thing.
I really like that idea of making things smaller. When we make learning small, it feels kinder. You do not need long study time. You just need a gentle moment.
Many learners think motivation must always feel strong and exciting, but real motivation is often quiet. It is the decision to continue, even slowly. That kind of motivation is very powerful.
Yes, quiet motivation feels soft but deep. It does not shout or push. It says, I am still here, even if I am tired. That feeling can carry you forward.
Right now, by listening, you are already showing that quiet motivation. You did not give up today. You chose to stay for a moment. That is something to respect.
I hope listeners can feel proud of that. Even if you feel tired, you are still learning. Your effort matters, even when it feels small. Small steps add up.
When English feels difficult, it's often because our mind is tired, not because we are bad at English. Our brain needs rest sometimes. Learning does not stop during rest.
Yes, rest is part of learning. When you rest, your mind still remembers sounds and rhythm. Listening calmly helps English stay familiar. You are not losing progress.
Curious, do you ever notice how your body feels when you are tired? Sometimes my shoulders feel heavy and my breath feels slow. Noticing these things helps me be kind to myself.
I notice that too, and it helps me slow down. When I notice my tired body, I stop pushing. I allow myself to be gentle. That gentleness makes learning possible again.
I want listeners to hear this very clearly. You do not need to be perfect or energetic today. You just need to stay connected. English can meet you where you are.
Yes, English does not ask you to be strong all the time. It can walk with you when you are tired. That is what real learning feels like.
As we begin this topic together, I hope listeners feel supported. We will talk slowly and gently. There is no pressure to understand everything. Just stay with us.
Please remember that feeling tired does not mean you should give up. It means you may need kindness and time. We are very glad you are here with us today.
Let us continue this conversation together, one calm step at a time. Your journey is still moving forward, even now.
Yes, thank you for being here and listening so quietly. We will keep going together in the next part. You are doing better than you think.
As we keep talking, I want to stay close to that feeling of tiredness. It is something many people try to hide, but tiredness is very honest. When we accept it, learning feels less heavy.
I like that way of seeing it, and it feels very kind. When I feel tired, my thoughts slow down. I may feel quiet inside. That quiet feeling can actually be a good space for listening.
Yes, tired moments can still be useful moments. You may not feel excited or strong, but you are still here, still listening. That means something inside you wants to continue.
I think that small inner voice is very important. Even when we feel low, that voice says, just a little more. Not in a loud way, but in a gentle way. That voice helps us stay connected.
Emma, when you feel very tired, what helps you continue just a little? I am not talking about big motivation. I mean something small and real. I think learners can relate to that.
For me, it is slowing everything down. I stop trying to do many things. I choose one small action, like listening quietly. That small action feels possible, even when I am tired.
That feels very realistic, and I think many listeners can try that too. When things feel too big, we make them smaller. English does not need to be a big task. It can be a small moment.
Yes, and when we choose something small, we feel less pressure. Pressure often makes tiredness worse. Kind choices help us breathe again. Learning needs breathing space.
Many people stop learning not because they cannot learn, but because they feel too tired to continue. This is very important to understand. Tiredness is not failure. It is a signal to slow down.
I want listeners to hear that very clearly. Feeling tired does not mean you should quit. It means you should be gentle with yourself. Gentleness keeps learning alive.
When I look back at times I felt tired, I see that I still learned something. Maybe I learned patience. Maybe I learned how to rest. These lessons are also part of fluency.
That is such a warm way to see it. Fluency is not only about words, it is also about feeling comfortable with the language. Comfort grows slowly, especially when we are tired.
Curious, do you think tired days can still move us forward? I sometimes feel like nothing is happening on those days. But later, I realize something has changed. It is very quiet but real.
Yes, I really believe that. On tired days, learning goes inside quietly. You may not feel progress, but your ears are still listening. Your mind is still familiar with English.
That quiet progress is easy to miss. We often look for big signs. But learning often happens when we are not watching closely, especially with listening and speaking.
I hope learners feel comfort in that idea. You do not need to feel progress every day. Some days are about staying connected. That connection is very valuable.
When motivation feels low, it helps to remember why you started. Not in a dramatic way, but in a simple way. Maybe you wanted to understand more. Maybe you wanted to feel confident.
Yes, those simple reasons are enough. You do not need a strong reason every day. Even a quiet wish to continue is enough. That wish can carry you forward.
Right now, I imagine listeners sitting with this tired feeling. Maybe you feel heavy or slow. That's okay. You are still part of this conversation.
I want listeners to feel included, even in tiredness. You do not need energy to belong here. You just need to be present. That presence matters.
Curious, Emma, do you ever feel proud after a tired day of learning? Sometimes I feel more proud on those days than on easy days. It feels like quiet strength.
Yes, I know that feeling very well. When I continue, even a little, on a tired day, it feels meaningful. It tells me I did not give up. That feeling stays with me.
That quiet pride is very important for confidence. It tells you that you can continue even when it's not easy. That confidence builds fluency over time.
I hope learners can feel that pride too. If you are listening right now while feeling tired, you are doing something strong. You chose not to give up.
As we keep moving through this topic, we will stay gentle and slow. There is no rush to feel motivated. Motivation can come later. Right now, connection is enough.
Yes, thank you for staying with us so calmly. You are not behind and you are not weak. You are learning in a human way. Let us continue together into the next part.
As we continue, I want to talk about what happens inside us when tiredness stays for a long time. Sometimes it is not just one day. It can feel like many days in a row. That kind of tiredness can make learning feel very far away.
I understand that feeling very well, and I'm glad you said it. Long tiredness can make us doubt ourselves. We may start thinking that we are not good enough. These thoughts can be heavy and quiet.
Yes, and those quiet thoughts can be very strong. They often say things like, maybe I should stop. Maybe this is not for me. When we feel tired, our mind can become very critical.
I have felt that critical voice before, and it can be painful. It speaks softly, but it stays close. When that voice comes, I try to listen without believing everything it says. That takes time and kindness.
That is a very important skill, and I'm glad you shared it. We do not need to fight tired thoughts. We can just notice them and let them pass. Learning continues even when thoughts feel heavy.
I like that idea of letting thoughts pass. When we stop fighting ourselves, we save energy. That energy can help us stay connected to English in a soft way. We do not push, we allow.
I remember a time when I felt tired for many weeks. My progress felt slow and my confidence felt low, but I kept listening a little each day. Looking back, that time still helped me grow.
That story feels very real, and I think many learners can relate. Growth does not always feel good while it's happening. Sometimes it feels quiet or even uncomfortable, but it is still growth.
Emma, when you are in a long, tired period, what helps you stay kind to yourself? I think kindness is very hard during those times. It does not come naturally.
For me, it helps to lower my expectations. I stop asking myself to be better or faster. I just ask myself to stay. Staying feels possible even when improving feels hard.
That is such a gentle and strong idea. Staying does not sound big, but it is powerful. When you stay, you give yourself time. Time allows learning to settle naturally.
Yes, and staying does not mean doing a lot. It can mean listening quietly or thinking softly. It means not closing the door on English. The door can stay open just a little.
Many learners think fluency comes from pushing harder, but fluency also comes from patience. When we are tired, patience matters more than effort. This is something people do not talk about enough.
I agree, and patience feels different from motivation. Motivation feels active, but patience feels calm. When motivation is low, patience can carry us. It keeps us steady.
When I think about fluency now, I see it as comfort over time. Comfort grows when we are not afraid of tired days. Those days teach us how to stay relaxed with the language.
That is a beautiful way to describe it. Fluency as comfort feels very true. When you are comfortable, you are not scared of silence or slow words. You trust yourself more.
Curious, do you think tired days help us learn to trust ourselves? I sometimes feel that way. Easy days are nice, but hard days show us what we can handle. They show quiet strength.
Yes, I really believe that. Tired days teach us resilience in a soft way. We learn that we can continue without force. That lesson stays with us for a long time.
I want listeners to know that if you are tired now, you are not behind. You are still on the path. Your pace may be slower, but you are still moving. That matters.
I hope listeners can feel some relief hearing that. There is no correct speed for learning. Your speed is your own. Learning English can follow your life, not fight it.
Sometimes we compare ourselves to others, especially when we feel tired. That comparison can hurt motivation. It's important to remember that everyone carries different weight.
Yes, comparison often forgets the full story. You don't see how tired someone else feels. You only see the outside. Your inside experience deserves respect.
When I imagine listeners right now, I imagine quiet determination. You may feel low energy, but you are still here. That tells me something important about you. You care.
I want listeners to feel seen for that. Caring does not always look loud. Sometimes it looks like listening quietly while tired. That kind of care is very real.
As we move toward the final part, I want to hold this feeling of gentle strength. You do not need to fight tiredness. You can walk with it. English can walk with you, too.
Yes, thank you for staying with us through this calm and honest conversation. You are doing enough just by being here. Let us continue together into the final part with the same kindness.
Now, as we come closer to the end of this conversation, I feel a very quiet kind of strength. It is not loud or exciting. It feels calm and steady. This is the kind of strength that stays with us when we are tired.
I feel that quiet strength too, and it feels very comforting. When we slow down like this, we can hear ourselves better. We can notice that we are still here. That feeling alone can bring a little peace.
When I think about tired days now, I see them differently. I see them as days when we learn how to continue softly. We may not move fast, but we do not stop. That is very important.
Yes, and I think tired days teach us something special. They teach us how to be patient with ourselves. They show us that learning does not always need energy. Sometimes it only needs presence.
Presence is a powerful word here. Being present means you are still connected. Even if you are quiet or slow, you are still learning. English does not disappear when you rest.
I hope listeners really hear that. You are allowed to rest without guilt. Rest does not mean quitting. Rest means caring for yourself so you can continue later.
When I look back at my own journey, I see many tired moments. At the time, they felt difficult. but now I see they were part of my growth. They helped me learn balance.
That reflection feels very honest, and it gives me comfort too. Growth is not a straight line. It has slow parts and quiet parts. All of them belong to the journey.
Curious, Emma, when you think about encouragement, what feels most helpful to you when you are tired? Not big words, but something simple and real. I think listeners would like to hear that.
For me, it helps to hear that I am already enough. I do not need to do more right now. I just need to stay connected. That thought makes me breathe more easily.
That is a very kind message, and I want listeners to hear it too. You are already enough as you are right now. You do not need to prove anything today. Learning can wait with you.
Yes, English is patient. It does not leave when you feel tired. It stays familiar in your ears and mind. When you are ready, it will still be there.
As we speak now, I imagine listeners sitting quietly with us. Maybe you feel a little lighter than before, or maybe you just feel understood. Both feelings are okay.
Feeling understood can be very powerful. It reminds us that we are not alone. Many people feel tired while learning. Sharing that feeling helps it feel less heavy.
I want to say this very clearly before we finish. Feeling tired does not mean you should give up. It means you are human and you need kindness. Giving yourself kindness keeps you moving.
Please remember that kindness is not weakness. It is strength that lasts. When you are kind to yourself, you build trust. That trust supports fluency over time.
Fluency grows when fear becomes smaller. Tired days can still reduce fear if we treat ourselves gently. We learn that English is safe, even when we are not strong.
That safety is very important. When English feels safe, you are more willing to stay with it. You listen, you notice, and you slowly grow more confident.
As this conversation comes to an end, I feel grateful for this quiet time together. We did not rush or push. We simply stayed. That staying matters.
I feel grateful too, and I hope listeners feel supported. You showed up today, even if you were tired. That is something to respect and remember.
Thank you for spending this time with us. Please remember that your pace is okay. You do not need to be fast or perfect. You only need to continue gently.
Yes, thank you so much for listening and being here. Please take care of yourself and rest when you need to. We will be here with you again, ready to walk together, one calm step at a time.